I'm Tom Layson, and this is a Northwest Now Digital Extra. Landing the manufacturing plant for a new Boeing airplane is one of the primary goals of Washington State's economic development efforts, with a coalition of labor and industry called Choose Washington leading the campaign. The new plane is called the NMA, or New Mid-Sized Airplane. Boeing is still working on building the business case for the plane, but if you look at the market measured by passenger capacity and range, there's a nice big open space right in the middle of everything where the 797 might fit very nicely. For the hundreds of parts suppliers clustered around Boeing here in the Pacific Northwest, each airplane is a lifeline to the next one. So the stakes on the NMA couldn't be any higher. Renton's AIM Aerospace is one of the many companies dependent on Boeing's business. With 1,200 employees making high-tech components out of metal and carbon fiber, CEO Daniele Cognatel says the NMA is crucial to the company and the entire domestic industry's future.
It's huge. If you look at the history of aerospace, and every time there is a new entry to the market of an aircraft, it's a fundamental technology mover. It moves the needle in terms of technology. It moves the needle in terms of creating jobs. It moves the needle in terms of attracting talent to whatever area the aircraft is manufactured in. And new aircrafts don't happen very often. So following the great rise of the wide-body aircrafts, the 787 Dreamliner, the A350, and now the 77X, now this is the next great opportunity.
While other states or even countries may be cheaper, Cognatel says Boeing gets a lot of value out of our local companies because of all of the investments already made here, and because so many of us were actually raised with an aerospace mindset where precision, quality control, and safety are part of the Northwest's culture.
It is embedded in the culture of the area. It is embedded in jobs that people have taken in the past, in the legacy of aerospace. So for us, the ability to be accessing workforce that have been into the local colleges, which chances are at relatives, friends, family, or themselves who were linked to aerospace for a long, long time. It allows us to immediately have to do with people that understand our safety of flight, quality, and the ability to deliver to a new program are paramount to be successful in executing on a new aircraft.
But while the human capital in Western Washington is a big selling point, it's also expensive, in large part because technology is now such a huge piece of building an airplane. Companies like AIM compete with every other tech company to attract workers, not just other aerospace firms. That works against Boeing's efforts to severely contain costs and AIM's efforts to make a profit.
The biggest asset is also perhaps the biggest liability. There's a tremendous amount of talent in the area of Washington. That's why many companies are here. And we compete for talent not anymore just in the aerospace or industrial areas, but we compete with tech companies, with software companies, with a number of new ventures which are opening up in the Seattle area. And coupled with that, with a very low unemployment rate, which is great for the state. So we have to constantly reinvent ourselves and think about how do we go and attract that talent and not just be the business that we were yesterday, but looking at what business do we need to be in the future.
Cognatel says the NMA will allow AIM and others to invest in new technologies and bring about what's called Industry 4.0, a smart process merging the Internet of Things, automation, manufacturing, and systems integration into one. Another stair-step that will be important in getting the work to build whatever airplane follows the NMA. To see our full discussion about the state's efforts to land the NMA, be sure to look in the Northwest Now section at kbtc.org. Northwest Now airs Friday nights at 7:30 right here on KBTC, and be sure to look for more stories like this one by following us on Facebook and Twitter at Northwest Now.